Guys, so today I'm going to be doing a story time on how a client pooped on my lash bed.
Pretty mind, pretty grind, yeah, I said what I said, manifesting better things while we lay edges to bed.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Pretty Mind channel where we talk beauty, mindset, and everything in between. If you enjoy real talk, you're in the right place. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling generous. So today's video is based on the lash industry. We're gonna take a look at what clients and lash techs alike go through when installing or getting the lash installed. And I think we also have a few horror story times in there too. I'm gonna do a part 2 for this video, so stay tuned.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a story time on how a client pooped on my lash bed. People think being a lash tech is easy money, it's an easy job, but there's a very much a dark side to it, and that's exactly what I want to explain on this story. So this was 6 months into lashing, and this was my first place. I wasn't rejecting any client. Hey girl, can you book me in today? Bear in mind, it was already 8 p.m. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish work in like 30 minutes. So you can come straight after. You can come for like 9:30. That's what I said to her. And she was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. So I'm literally in brunch right now. So that should be good. I should have knew that our brunch was a normal brunch. Our accommodation was a student accommodation. So it was kind of like a door here. So she walks to me, like she knocks on the door and then she kind of slumps to the other door. And I'm like, oh, are you okay? Guys, it was so I was like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, hey girly, I'm so... Guys, she had glasses on. Who is wearing sunglasses in Birmingham at 9 p.m? Okay. She's like, hey girl, I'm so excited to do my lashes. I've been drinking all day long. And I was just like... I was kind of scared, and I was like, oh, are you okay? Are you sure you want to do this appointment? You're going to do it tomorrow? She's like, no, I'm okay. Like, I just need to do my lashes. So she comes closer to me, and she tries to hug me. And I'm so confused, because this is not regular, so it was kind of weird that she tried to hug me. So she hugged me now, and literally the smell of tequila just hit my face. As in, I was like, what the fuck has she been drinking? Anyway, then she literally falls into the lash bed. And she's like, I just want to sleep. I just booked an appointment because I just want to sleep. I just want to sleep. That's all she kept saying. I just want to sleep. I said, okay, what set would you like? She goes, oh, girlie, you can do any set. Guys, this is funny. So you can do any set. I don't really care. You know, you can just do whatever. I don't care. I want something long and dramatic. So I've said to her, like, okay, what's long? She's like, I just want 20 to 25. I've said to her, that's a bit too long, but you know. No, my lash tech always does 20 to 25. Like every time I go to a new lash tech, they always say it's long, but then it turns out looking really, really nice. Just do 20 to 25. So I've showed her what 20 to 25 will look like. She's like, yeah, that's perfect. And I'm doing her lashes now, and she keeps laughing to herself. Bear in mind, we're not having a conversation. She's laughing, like full on laughing, no call. She's not, her phone is charging, so she's laughing to herself. Then she keeps waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep. So I had to tap her, and I was like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm okay. I just keep dreaming. I was like, okay, you know? So I said to her, okay, do you need to throw up? Do you need the toilet? Do you need something? She's like, no, girl, I'm fine. I keep having dreams. I said, okay. So then I'm just doing a set, and she kind of, am I just laying here like this? She taps my hand. She grabs my hand. She grabs my hand. I don't know. She grabs my hand, and I'm confused. I'm like, girl, are you okay? She's like, I don't feel too well. And then as soon as she said the well, all I heard was wet sounds. Like, it wasn't, I didn't even reply. I just heard well, and I was like, ah. So now I'm confused. I'm like, did you just fart? I didn't know what to say. I was like, did you just fart? She was like, no, I think I pooped myself. Okay, like what? So obviously the set was almost finished. I was just like, you know what, fair enough, I'm just gonna finish this set. I can't kick her out now. Like, I didn't know what to do, so I finished the set now. I finished the set, and I was just kind of like confused. I was kind of like looking at her. She looks at me, right? So when she gets up, I didn't have a cover. So this is actually a pink lash bed, but it's a cover on it. With my old one, I think it was a black lash bed and there's a pink cover on it. But there wasn't a cover on this day, so it was kind of like on the bed. And when she got up, it just submerged. Like, guys, it just smudged. Like, everything just followed her to sit up. I was just like, ah. So she's like, how much is the total? And I was like, it's 50. She gives me the 50 and then she gives me the out of hours. But instead of giving me like 15, I think she gave me like 20. She's like, you can keep the change for the mess. I'm like, which, you're gonna clean them? I don't understand. Like, I was so confused. I was looking at her like, what do you mean the mess? So obviously I was kind of confused. I looked at her, she looked at me, and she was like, girl, I hate drinking. Like, I hate, this always happens to me when I drink. So why did you drink? Why did you drink? I don't understand. Like, so you always poo after you drink? I don't know, like, what? Anyways, that happens now. And then, hold up, let me just do a part 2. This is too long.
My beautiful client, I love the set on her because it actually brings out her eyes. This is exactly what she wanted. She loved wearing her lashes very full, dramatic, wispy, not uniform, and long. To achieve this look, I did use my brand Tapmink Lash Trap, lash trays, and lash supplies. I use my 0.03 lash trays to make wider fan, meaning I only cover the first 2 layers of her lashes, so it gives me a fuller look quickly. The end result, as you can see, my client loves her lashes. She can see she doesn't have an infection and she's happy. Yes, I do normal lashes. It all depends on what a client wants and their specific needs and requests. As you can see, this client, she doesn't really like her lashes too full, but in between, and it is giving everything you can think of.
Looking for a new lash style this year? Or wanting to stand out from the crowd? Then look no further.
Baby, if you haven't booked me, you're missing out, because I bet you your lash tech cannot do lashes like me. When your client book you for mega volume, but you give her mega, this is the outcome of using my 0.03 lash trays, always full. Anyways, so I use my P-Talk lash trays for this lash set and my cruelty-free 0.3 lash trays, my extreme mega volume lash adhesive, and my 2 favorite lash tweezers. I got my lashes done today, and I'm not one to complain, but I probably will never go back to that lash tech, and let me tell you why. So boom, let's go into the story. First of all, I love my lashes. I don't like that she took an hour and 20 minutes to do that, because I felt like it was entirely too long, because honestly, like, I just can't even sit still for 45 minutes, so an hour and 20 minutes is a little too long. But as soon as I get there upon arrival, when I was writing her on Instagram, she seemed really cool and really genuine. Like, I seen her work, love her work, and everything like that. So I pull up, I text her, and I said, hey, I'm here for my appointment. She was like, okay, come in. I don't know where come in is. And the okay was like K. Like, there was no O. It was just K, come in. So I'm like, all right. So as I go to her door, because I guess that's where I gotta go, right? I realized that she has this huge dog. Like, this huge dog, and his name is Tank, and he is huge, okay? And I'm not gonna, like, I don't want to name drop, but Mama G Lashes, Tank is huge. Like, he's so freaking big. I'm afraid of animals. Like, I'm afraid of big dogs. Like, not small dogs. Like, if you're cute and fluffy, that's fine. But she didn't put him away or anything like that. And then he's, like, jumping all over me. He's licking me. He's doing all this other stuff. And I'm just like, hello, get your dog, Miss Ma'am. And then as I'm sitting down, because now we're doing my lashes, but we're doing it inside of her house, which, not unprofessional. I think it's, like, cool when it's an at-home lash tech. But I'm sitting down, and then these kids that she has that are living there start jumping on me while I'm getting my lashes done. Like, while I'm getting my lashes done. And then it's like 9 o'clock at night, but that was the time of my appointment. Actually, my appointment was at 8:30. I got there at like 8:45. But she's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want to do to your lashes? And I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I just want something very natural. And she's like, well, do you have inspo? Like, she's just like really aggressive and like pushy and stuff like that. And then I'm just like, at some point I was just like, I had to ask her, like, is there a problem? Is there an issue? Like, because you seem like you just don't want to do my lashes. And then she's just like, I'm mad that I have to do your lashes because you're my sister. Ew, that's funky. Like, that's funky. So I just did your nails for Puerto Rico and you can't do my lashes without giving me an attitude. And yeah, the kids that were like jumping on me and stuff are my nieces, but still, like, and yeah, I love that freaking dog to death, but still, like, you could have put him away. And yeah, I could have texted you and be like, hey, where do you want me to go? You could be a little bit more considerate, like, just come in, Kay, come in. Like, and needless to say, I know she doesn't do this with her other clients, because with her other clients, she's like super professional. There's no dogs around, there's no kids around. It's just like you and her. But like, why do I get this treatment? Why do I get this treatment? My lashes came out so good though.
And she did it in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Still too long for me, but still. Sister problems.
I've put myself in some really questionable positions in the name of getting eyelashes, like getting my eyelashes done. There was this one time, this girl, she'd reached out to me. She didn't have much of a following, but I loved like what she was posting. I was like, yeah, of course, like I'll come. I'm happy to pay. Some people like will offer lashes in exchange for promo, but like she wasn't asking for promo. She just really wanted to do my lashes, and I was like, sign me up. I don't even know why I went there more than once, because the first time I went there, she was talking crazy on the phone. Like I lay down, she does all the like the strips, and like, obviously you're very vulnerable because your eyes are closed. While she's doing my lashes, she's not talking to me. Usually lash artists make a conversation. She's on the phone talking about what she gets up to in her spare time. I'm not one to judge, only God can judge, but woo, I can't hide my facial expressions, and I'm sure with my eyes closed I must have been like she was just dropping bombshell after bombshell. The second time I went there, however, she kind of like pre-warned me. I don't know. I let me know I've had an argument with my man, and I was just thinking, that's okay. Like, we all argue. That's okay. I really hope you guys like work it out. Anyway, I lay down to get my lashes done. Does this man not come start banging on the door? And now I'm stressed. This man comes banging on the front door. Let me in. Oh my days. Now my eyes are glued shut. What do you do in that scenario? She lets him in, kisses her teeth. She's like, can't even kiss my teeth. He's like, oh, you have a client. This man says this like over my body. I've never felt more like naked. Even thinking about it, I'm stuttering because I was so, in that moment I was just thinking, are they about to fight? Like, she was so nonchalant. He was there on smoke. He was there to deal with the argument head on. She's like, I need a minute. Oh my days. Yeah, she never saw me again after that. I just thought, this man is talking over me. He has no issues. So they've done this before. Like, they've argued over a client before. It's disappointing. Have you had an experience like that?
Hi, pretty girl. I don't know who needs to hear this, but as someone who is an enhancement enthusiast, like, I love a filler, I love a surgery, I love a lash extension, like, I love it, okay? Don't ask me if you need something. I probably will tell you the thing that you need. I think that not everyone needs every enhancement. Now, why do I say this? Because 2 years ago, I gave into the craze of lash extensions. They were beautiful. They always made me look good. The problem is I had very thick and long lashes. Once I started doing the lash extensions, you know what happened? I started looking like a naked mole rat. It's taken me a year to try to get this little bit back, okay? Hair is not the department that I need help with. A lot of other departments I need help with. I mean, I got a nose job twice, right? Like, I need help in certain departments. Not everyone needs everything. So before you start undergoing whatever procedure it is, ask yourself if you're giving into a craze or if like it really is going to enhance it. Because sometimes these enhancements actually end up taking away from the natural beauty that you have.
Don't go to anybody for service, y'all, especially if your work is good. So I've been exchanging services with this lady for like 2 months. She do my lashes, I do her nails and her toes, mind you. First time we met up, she had nails already on her hands and nail polish already on her toes. So I literally had to soak her nails off and take the nail polish off of her toes for a lash set, right? When she did my lashes, she did them wrong. We had like small talk. She asked me how long had I been doing nails. I told her 4 months. I asked her how long has she been doing lashes. She said 5 years. She did my lashes and they were way too close to my waterline. My eyes were uncontrollably watering. I couldn't keep my eyes open because it hurted so bad. So I ripped them off and they ruined my natural lashes, right? So she asked me how were my lashes holding up, and I told her that they were uncomfortable, they were too close, and that I took them off. She literally texted me and said, LOL, come back and I'll put some oil on them. My stupid ass came back though. My stupid ass came back. So she came back, because her nails, like, mind you, her set did not last more than a week. It was like less than a week, really. But my nails and my toes were still on for a month. It was going on a month and a half, really. She kept getting her toes changed, but her nails didn't really need to be filled in or anything. So she would come and get her, like, toe color changed every now and then. But she would have to do my lashes, like, every week, because every time she did my lashes, they were falling off, and it just made me feel like it's not an equal service for service, you know what I mean? Because why are you doing my lashes and they're uncomfortable and they're taking off my natural lashes with them and they're not lasting more than a week for me to do your nails and your toes, and my retention is eating, regardless of you doing nails for 5 or lashes for 5 years and I've been doing it for 4 months. My work speaks for itself, you know what I mean? So just recently I kind of got fed up, because not only am I, like, doing her toes, I'm giving her a whole spa. I am bending over backwards to do your nails and your toes, and it's not lasting. Their lashes are not lasting, so the services are just not equaling up for me to be doing all of this. So I didn't even text her disrespectfully. I just texted her and I said, hey, I don't think we really need to be trading services anymore, because our services are not equaling up. My eyes are red. As you can tell, I just got my lashes done by her 2 days ago. You can't even really tell. I'd say like a clean percentage of the lashes is gone, and look at my eyes. Red. Mine just been 2 days, and I've been putting eye drops on my eyes religiously, and my eyes are still red and they're puffy and they itch. So I kind of want to get them removed, and I kind of want to check to see if my eyes are okay, because I don't know, I'm a little scared. So I texted her and I just said, hey, I don't think the services are equaling up anymore, because your lashes are not lasting and they are also causing me discomfort. They are taking my real lashes with them as well. She literally texted me and said eye drops could have fixed that, but okay. Then I went and looked back a few hours later, because I went to a photo shoot. Then I went back and looked a few hours later, and she blocked me on everything. So, moral of the story, find somebody that has the same skill level as you. Don't go for somebody whose work is not as good as yours just to say that you have that service done. If you guys need your lashes done and you guys do nails, do not go to somebody who is not prioritizing your health. I prioritized her health. She had a nail that was literally, like, I'd say broken right in the middle. I told her I couldn't do it. Just put the tip on it. Just put the tip on it. Just, like, put it on, like, the top and just do it that way. I'm not doing that, because when you catch an infection, it wasn't on me. So, yeah. Let's hope it's nothing bad. Any lash techs, like, please let me know, like, what I should do, because, like, mind you, this is with eye drops. Like, the eyes, like, my eyes kind of cleared up, but not really. So yeah,
I'm trying to stop crying. Do this fucking look like a fucking hybrid to you, bro? Page. Then they so fucking long right here. And then it's like when these are just not the same. Like, it's like a fucking reverse cat eye. Like,
LASH horror story.
Story of the girl who said that she went blind or almost went blind or something like that with her eyelash extensions. And I want to tell my story because it needs to be talked about. So about 3 to 4 years ago, I went to Atlanta. This was before I lived in Atlanta. I went up there and I really, really wanted my lashes done. So, you know, you do what everybody does. You hashtag Atlanta lashes and then you find a lash tech. So when I went on the lash tech page, she also had somebody on her page that I follow. I didn't know her personally, but I just, you know, trust that if she likes the lashes, then I like the lashes too. So at the time I was underage. I think I was like 17 or whatever. So I ended up texting a girl and I was like, hey, I see that you're not actually in Atlanta. You're outside of Atlanta. It's going to take me at least 45 minutes to get there. Can I bring a guest? Because on the policy it said that you can bring a guest. And I just want to put this in here because I just want to show how nasty and rude they are. So anyway, she texted me back and she was like, no, you can't bring any guests. That's on my policy. So I'm like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. You don't care that I'm about to get in the Uber. I'm 17 years old. You just nasty, whatever, fine. But I had already booked it and I believe I had already paid the deposit. So I was going regardless. So when I get there, it's at a house. Okay? And it was just, I don't know. It was just. So when I walk in, y'all, I'm sitting up in the living room. Like, the lash bed was literally in the living room. And that should have really been my cue to just get the hell on. But I'm already invested. I already drove 45 minutes away. Like, I'm here now. You know what I mean? So anyways, I sit down on this big ass sectional couch and it was literally room for me to be able to bring somebody. So I just thought it was nasty of her to tell me that I couldn't. And I explained the situation of why I wanted to bring somebody and she didn't care. So anyways, I ended up getting my lashes done. When I tell y'all my lashes got done in like 45 minutes, like 30 to 45 minutes. So I was like so confused. And while she was doing it the whole time, my eyes were burning. So I get up from getting my lashes done. I look at them. They looked nice, I guess, but my eyes just would not stop burning for nothing in the world. So anyways, I ended up calling my Uber, whatever, getting in the car. By the time I got in my Uber, y'all, I literally could not see. My eyes were blurry. I was looking outside the window. I could not see anything. I was freaking out. And this literally lasted that entire day. Like, my eyes were blurry. I have 20/20 vision. Never have had glasses, wore contacts, anything. I could not see. Like, I could not see. And the only thing would have been that she did something wrong. You know what I mean? So anyways, when I get back to my destination, at this point, I'm trying to take the lashes off because they're hurting me like hell. So I'm trying everything that the internet's telling me. I'm going to have to do a part 2. I'm sorry.
I couldn't find part 2, but let's move on.
It was 3 days before my 23rd birthday. I had my lash appointment booked. Okay. Sent her a picture from her page to guarantee that she could do it. It was a cat eye. When I got there, it was the trap. Okay. There was literally blunt ends on the table. That's very unprofessional. Anyways, I lay down and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for the smell. I'm like, what smell is it that you're talking about? She's like, it smells like trash. That was her telling me that her house smelled like trash. I'm like, oh, you're good. I can't even smell anything. I couldn't. But as she started doing my lashes, I did smell her hands, which smelled like garlic. Anyways, so honestly, like, at this point though, things were good. Other than the whole garlic smell, I'm like, this is cool. Like, I feel like she's gonna, you know, do me some good lashes. While she asks me, you still want that inspo picture? I said, yes. I said, the longest my last lash tech used to use was 17. So that's the longest that I want. She goes, okay. We're conversating while she's starting my lashes. And a few times she does ask me what? Like, what'd you say? I'm having to repeat myself. So the 2 hours go by. She's like, all done. You know what? I'm going to show you guys what I asked her for. Let me just show you what I asked her for. This is the set I asked her for. Okay? A cute cat eye. That's what I asked for. And this is what I got. This is what I got. Can you guys see the terror? This is cropped, but can you guys see the terror? Like, you can literally see the terror in my eyes. So I get up. I look in the mirror and I'm like, this is not what I asked for. I said, I wanted a cat eye. She goes, oh no, what that's called is a doll eye effect. And I'm like, I just said, oh, okay. Because at this point I'm confused. I'm like, I was clearly unsatisfied with what I had. And she just kind of sat there awkwardly. So it was feeling really awkward. And I just paid her and I left. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just need to adjust to these lashes. So that's when I get in the car and I took that picture you just seen. And I was like, Went home, took a nap, woke back up, came to use the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and almost like had a jump scare because I forgot that I had these giant lashes on. And I was like, literally DM'd her to book a removal. Didn't have any issue, didn't come at her with no attitude. I was like, I'm willing to pay for the removal and a new set. That's what I asked her for. I said, can I just pay for a removal for this? Because she told me she thought I said I wanted 17 all across. When all I said was the longest my last lash check used was 17. She thought I wanted 17 all across. When I sent her a picture of a cat eye, like I just wish she would have said, if she thought I said I wanted 17, she could have said, it's not going to be a cat eye, but I can do that. I would have, then I would have understand we had some miscommunication. Like she didn't understand what I said. So I booked the removal and the full set for the very next day. I had asked my mom, the removal was $40. I asked my mom to send the deposit. My mom, she doesn't book appointments, so she didn't get that. She had to send an extra $1 for the transaction fee. So she just sends the girl $20. And the girl's like, there's a $1 fee for the transaction fee. Can you send that $1? And I'm like, I get that because I'm a service provider and I completely get that. But it's like, if I had an unsatisfied customer, I'm not going to be over here nagging them about $1 after they just paid for a set they didn't even like. And not even taking any type of accountability for messing up on my lashes. So when she did that whole thing about the $1, I was like, I don't even want the full set from her. Because at this point, I'd be paying her $300 something in the past 2 days. So I was like, the day of, I just said, hey, I just want to update you. I don't want a full set. I just want a removal. Something just made me feel like she was going to try to pull something on me. So the next day, go for the removal. When I'm done, I only brought a 20 because the removal was 40. I already sent her 20 for the deposit. All I got to bring is a 20. She finishes the removal. Mind you, everything's all good. She finishes the removal. And when I get up, she's like, I give her the 20. She goes, your remaining cash balance is 60. 60? I'm like, how? I said the removal was 40. She goes, yeah, there was a $40 squeeze-in fee. I said, when did you tell me that this was a squeeze-in appointment? I'm just getting a removal. Like, who in their right mind is going to pay $80 for a removal after paying $115 for the set the day before? Like, that's having no type of customer service, no type of nothing. Like, how do you plan to keep clients like this? I'm going off again. But gave her the 20, sent her the money. Long story short, me and her were going back and forth. She's talking about, because then when we started going back and forth, I said, she made me pay $15 extra for spikes. Did you see spikes or wispies in that set? Absolutely not. She said, if you zoom in on the picture I took, you can see them. Why are you going to make me pay $15 extra for something I'm going to have to zoom in on a 4K camera with? The last thing I said to her was, service provider to service provider, when I'm applying a fee on my clients, I let them know beforehand so they can choose if they can afford it at this time or not. I don't just spring fees on my clients. That makes people upset, especially $40 extra. And I said, if someone booked at a squeeze-in time, I informed them. I can take you at this time, but it's going to be $40 extra for a squeeze-in. I don't just tell them it's all good and make them pay $40 extra. The day of my birthday comes, I have no lashes, and I'm down $190. So yeah, that's why I don't deal with lash checks anymore at all. I do my own cluster lashes. These right here are literally, I know they look like a full set, but these are literally cluster lashes. And I don't gatekeep either. These are my showcase. If you want to buy them, they're the Zan Lovely ones. Like, look. And I don't have to lay down for 3 hours anymore.
Truthfully, cannot wait until all of these girls that are wearing the lash clusters like realize what traction alopecia is, because I know y'all love those because they're cheaper than extensions, but they are cheaper than extensions for such a major reason, and that is because they destroy your natural lashes.
This creator is absolutely right about her claims about traction alopecia and lash clusters. The difference is that lash extensions, lash clusters, cosmetics, anything that causes swelling of the actual lash follicle on the lid margin can leave you at a higher risk of traction alopecia. There have actually been studies on lash extensions and how they impact our ocular health. Now, when it comes to a lash extension, it doesn't matter what type of glue you use, it doesn't matter who does it, and it doesn't matter if they're lash extensions or clusters, because they will lead to the same problem within a span of 1 month of continuous wear. This study here actually used lash techs that had tons of experience and compared them to people who got lash extensions either by themselves or from people that weren't as experienced, and the end result was exactly the same. This means that no matter who's doing your lash extensions, if you've been wearing them for over a month, you're at higher risks of swelling of the eyelid margin, which can leave you at higher risks of dry eye and tractional alopecia. Most interesting finding about ocular health and eyelash extension research is that we found that 65% of people had a feeling as if they had something stuck in the eye. This translated to worsening dry eye problems, where we saw negative impacts on the ocular surface with only 1 month of consistent use. A bit of a trigger warning here, but this is a patient who came to see me who had lash extensions on for a total of 3 years. She went to a professional lash tech, had them replaced every 3 to 4 weeks, and was cleaning them regularly with the cleansing foam that her lash tech told her to use. If you look closely at the debris on the lid margin here, that right there is severe caking of bacteria mixed with parasitic Demodex mites that have left this patient with a ton of swelling on the eyelid margin and worsening meibomian gland dysfunction. For this particular patient, she needed a deep clean, so we told her to remove the lash extensions and have her come back for something called a zest procedure. Just look at the after results of our cleaning. What a massive difference in the eyelid health and also the lash cleanliness, which has left this patient to feel fantastic. And the best part about this is she actually has noticed natural growth of her lashes over the last 8 months since she had this problem. This is definitely a severe case that I don't always see in my office, but there are more mild and moderate cases with the same symptomology that patients complain about, and you don't want to leave yourself at higher risks of tractional alopecia, worsening dry eye problems, and pain in the eyes just from cosmetic improvements.